Well, apparently my Rolls-Royce doing burnouts and donuts video raised some hell. So look, here's the deal. I knew the tires were bad. They were separating, they were vibrating, they were out of round, and I needed to replace them. And I thought, hey, why not try to destroy them anyway? The car is vinyl wrapped. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't know the history of this car, but the car is vinyl wrapped. It's been hitting the door over here. We have another new door around the corner that's going to be put on the car. We're about to take it to paint. We're going to remove the wrap. We're going to paint the car the same color as the wrap with a little bit of alterations. I plan to do kind of a pearl white with a black diamond top. You know, I had to go around with Allstate Insurance for the other driver who hit the car. They finally paid out. And we are going to use that money to legitimately repair the car. So we're replacing the door. We're doing some body repair door to that door over there. We're going to remove the entire wrap. We're going to scuff the whole body. We're going to repaint the whole thing with a really high-end paint job and clear with a cut and polish paint correction, get it really nice and shiny and pretty. So I knew that doing the donuts might cause a little damage. You know, the little trim piece come off there, but it just snaps right back on. It wasn't a really big deal. And I thought even if I do incur a couple little tiny dings, the car is about to be completely gone through for the paint job process. So, you know, it was a risk, but hey, you know, you do crazy things. I mean, that's what life's all about, having fun, right? So, gonna have a little fun with the car. The car's 15 years old. The car's got almost 80,000 miles on it. It's already depreciated as far as it's gonna go, pretty much. And so all I can do is improve from here. So yes, we are going to use the insurance money that we recovered for the car, and we're going to use it for the betterment of the car. We're going to increase the value and repair the car. We're going to repair the door and make it better than it was before. So first thing that's got to happen is we got to unwrap this bitch. I really don't know where to begin. You know, this mirror is pretty well prepped. So I think I'll start right on the mirror. So we're gonna have to do this to all 20 feet of this car. You know, I'm kind of digging this color. I don't think this mirror goes to this car. I don't know if that's the silver that's under this car. That mirror appears to be like a pearl white to me, or something. This is like a silver. See, I'm discovering things already. This mirror is actually a better looking white than the wrap that's on it. So I'm thinking that this mirror has been replaced. And I didn't even know it. This is going to be interesting. So some parts of the car are going to have to be sort of partially disassembled in order to do this correctly. Look at this. This doesn't make sense either. It looks like the outer section is the correct silver. Wait, what the hell am I looking at? There's silver here, but white here. What? This mirror is like Frankenstein together. This doesn't make any sense. This is going to be a pain in the ass. Like, I'm wondering how are we going to do this door? Well, you know, we don't even need to unwrap this door because this door is not staying on the car. It's going to be completely replaced. But this is the kind of tedious, this is just going to suck. See, once you get a nice good chunk, you can just peel it. The problem is this is going to take forever. And you know what? It's hot as hell in here. This is gonna suck. Which is just stuck on with double-sided tape. The important thing here, though, is not to bend or harm the trim, because see, there are a few sections like right there where I'm learning something. There's like a little guidepost there. This is some nice firm, they call this VHB, very high bond is the name of this. You want to use like a wide plastic spatula. You don't want to bend the metal, but go. Ta-da! So the hard part's going to be, it's not that hard. This stuff's peeling off pretty easy. Now I know that these little trim pieces are pretty expensive. There's something, I think they're like $600-700 a piece. Something dumb like that. You know, it's Rolls-Royce. Everything is custom made for it. By the way, you know, when you're referring to stuff like this is not chrome. This is called bright work. That's what they call this, the bright work. And so I see that it has the original self-adhesive material that's in there, and I can tell that you'll never get that out of there. So that's why they just use this other 3M VHB on the other side. Oh, and I just realized there's an important plastic piece of trim, piece of retainer here, and that is mounts. This is the front here. See, I'm learning something here. There's a little, looks like a maybe 4 millimeter little screw or something that pokes through here that should go through there and is held in by a little nut. And that's how that's supposed to stay in there, not through just the VHB. And it looks like some of the retainers are missing. So what I need to do this properly is order these little plastic retainers. Actually, come to think of it, looking at it, it looks to me like this wasn't self-adhesive at all. That it's held in by these retainers that snap into place. And it shouldn't even be held on with this self-sticky tape at all. That's what it looks like to me. See, I'm learning something. What I need to do is I need to order all these little plastic plugs here. They all need to be replaced. This is just tedious. So probably guessing that these little plastic snap plugs here, whatever these are, they're like it's almost like a rivet of some kind. They're probably meant to be like a one-time use, you know? Once they pop in there, they spread open. And I don't know if they're supposed to be retained from the other side with maybe some sort of something that covers them and holds them on there. I don't think so, but if there is, you'd have to pull off the insulation over the engine cover, which I need to replace anyway. And maybe the vinyl wrap, being only a few millimeters, was just too much space, you know, for how tight this thing fits. But I assure you that when we put this thing back together, it's going to be done correctly and not this way. When Hoovy got his car, they had a vinyl wrap on the hood of his car, and they had tried to use Gorilla Glue. I recognized that it was an expanding urethane foam, which is the wrong kind of glue for that purpose. And that Gorilla Glue, the expanding urethane foam has to be compressed in order for it to dry, and that's why that yellow booger snot looking stuff was all over his hood. So Tyler, if you're watching, that's what they used. It is a hot mofo in here today. You ever unwrap a 22-foot long car? All right, no, I'm not gonna take all the credit for it. I've had my crew here working with me to help me. I've had James, who has helped me, but I peeled away quite a bit, but he did the majority of it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna take credit. But let me tell you what, a lot of work, hot, sweaty job. And the reason we didn't unwrap that door is because that door is being replaced with another door. But I don't hate it. I don't hate the car silver. It looks nice. The car looks great. But we're finding tons of reasons why the car was wrapped. Fender damage, mismatched parts, different colors, you know, work that's been done to the car that rather than repainting the car. So clearly the wrap was hiding some things. So if you buy a car that's wrapped and you don't know the condition of it underneath, you have no idea what you could be dealing with. Both of the mirrors have been replaced, and bumpers and other pieces, whatnot. Trim pops off pretty easily, and I didn't do a long collage, you know, no offense to my other YouTuber friends out there, but those GoPro slow motion music, you know, collages, I hate those things. Just me personally. Those are just time fillers, you know. So I didn't want to do that and bore you people to death with this unwrapping. But let's take a look around the car. Here on this pallet in here, this is the door that we bought. It's a silvery blue color. And this is the door that's going to be used to replace the other door, so it has to be painted inside and out. Still have an awful lot to unwrap, and some things like these lights maybe have to be removed in order to get the wrap off. Check out this bumper. Apparently it had been like sanded down and prepped for paint. They were like, screw it, we'll just wrap over it. Look at that. Here's the deck lid, the boot, whatever you want to call. Very nice, I mean, you know, it's nice and shiny. Still working on this roof. These doors look fantastic. I mean, what's up with this mirror? Like, what? Little bit of damage around the fenders from those old wagon wheels that we had. You can see here. This is what happens when your wheels are too big. And then there's something going on. There's like a two-tone lower. I don't think that was part of the design. Maybe it was, that different color lower, which I kind of dig. But, or maybe they replaced it and it was just a different color. And they're like, ah, screw it, wrap it. Check out the repairs that's already been made to this fender before, where this has been damaged from the wagon wheels. Like I said, we didn't bother with this door because we're going to replace it. Very, very slight damage back here. You know, this little dent here left over from the other wreck, and a few areas that are going to have to be repaired. And in a certain light, you can see the damage, but not a big deal. All the trim, it pops off really easy. It literally just pops off. And we just tossed it into the trunk. We've been throwing the pieces back there. So all we've got left is a little bit of the roof line to do, and a few other little, we'll have to pull some, some like the tail lights out to get those other pieces. And then I'm gonna send the car to paint. I was maybe considering keeping the silver, or maybe doing a two-tone with the silver, like keep the silver and then do black on the top and everything. But I don't know. I think that since we would probably end up having to repaint the whole car because of the other body damage that's going to be needed, I think I'm just going ahead and going to do the paint job that I wanted to do. I really like the black and white. I like the concept of doing the pearl white with the black top. We're going to change where the black is going to go here, and then this is going to remain white in that section. And I like the way a lot of the wraiths, the Cullinans, and the ghosts are looking with that design. And I think that that's what we're going to do. So it'll be going to paint probably this week. I think tomorrow or the next day, my new tires from Tire Rack will be here. I ordered basically the same tires, only newer. These tires, I'm not going to talk schmack on the Goodyears. Those tires were about 7 or 8 years old, sat around dry rotting for a long time, and along with this Texas heat and a couple other factors like burning them out, I think they just weren't good and they needed to be replaced. And you really should replace those kind of tires probably every 5 years anyway. When you're dealing with a large, heavy vehicle and you're dealing with specialty tires, this thing weighs almost as much as my Dodge Dually, and it's riding around on run flat tires, which, the downside to using super thick, rigid tires that are capable of keeping up a 6,000-pound car without air is that they usually ride a little rougher, and they're a much harder compound of rubber. So you have to give up a little bit of the softness, quietness, and performance, but for the safety of knowing that if your tire blows, if you have a front tire blowout on a composite fender like this, and this is a $13,000 fender, and also the risk of wrecking, the cost and the trade-off for having a run flat proper tire on there, to me, is worth it. You don't carry spares and jacks in these cars, and with a run flat tire, you can drive on that tire to safety at speeds of up to, I think, 50 miles an hour. So to me, I think it's worth it. I think the insurance value is worth it, and the set of 4 tires, it's going to cost me less than $3,000 for the set of 3 mounted balance with all the things that we need. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We will make another follow-up video when the car goes to paint and when I put the new tires on. So I know I caught a lot of hell from a lot of my fans about doing the donuts and doing the burnout and everything, but I know what I'm doing. I knew I wasn't going to really hurt the car. It's not that big a deal. And I knew I was going to replace the tires anyway, and didn't really hurt anything. It was just a little bit of fun. I know that I did it on dirt, not asphalt, because that's the least amount of resistance that allows the wheels to spin the easiest without putting stress on the transmission and things. So, maybe I cheated a little. It wasn't as bad as I made it out to be. So go easy on me, okay, guys? Anyway, more videos to come. Thanks for watching. Videobob.